What's up, everybody? Doing a little live. It's 5 o'clock where I'm at. Should go get some beers. Make myself feel a little bit better. Geez, the coloring on my camera is just all over the place. So we're going to try and make the best of this. I should probably prop my laptop up on something, but I have nothing to prop it up on. So we're just going to leave that as is. Use one of those boxes over there. I got a Berkey, so that's what those boxes are. It's up from Minnesota. Guys, the title says it all. Going live always makes me feel better, so I'm turning to all of you to make me feel a little bit better that are going to join me in the live. If you're watching this after the live, great, thank you. You probably did make me feel better too. But I'm just trying to. I've had a couple of rough days, so going live would make me feel a lot better. Communicating with you guys, hanging out with you guys. I'm not going out into public all that much for obvious reasons. So yes, seeing you guys, even your names on the side, makes me feel better. True story. So I've been relocating down to where I'm going to be at now, and probably I'm not going to be in Portland anymore if you guys have caught up with that. And hey guys, hello. And I have been searching for places that have space for me to get work done in regards to building out the Jeep as well as building out tables. So I am in the process of getting a place, and the areas that I'm looking in, apparently, again, this goes back to they don't like van lifers, because I haven't had an address in 3 years, and they want rental information. They want past rental information. So I haven't had that in 3 years. So it's kind of annoying. And I'm going back in time to try and give them the people I used to rent from, but they want to be punks about it. So I'm here venting about that to all of you guys, because honestly, it's been really pissing me off the last couple of days. And then proving income is something else that I have never really had to do. I mean, I did because I was a W-2 employee, but 2 of the 3 property companies that I have talked to, or that I am like, this first come first serve basis. I am first in line with 3 different property units, and they wanted an entire year of my bank statements. Okay. And they still want rental history and how I am as a human. It's like, really, guys, come on. I am fine. It is what it is, I guess. Nothing I can do. It's not in my hands anymore. So hopefully I will have a place by the time I go live, probably another couple weeks. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a weekly live, but every 2 weeks I think is pretty good. JK, that's a cool name, like JK. What's up from Chi-Town? That would be Chicago. No, I'm not buying a house, but I'm going to be renting probably for the next year. Here's the thing. I have very specific needs, because I want to build out the Jeep, and I want to start doing woodworking as like a side hobby, projects, whatever. And I'm going to be traveling quite a bit with the Jeep, right? And I'm not going to buy something until, number one, the market is crazy right now. So I'm going to wait for the market to just kind of level off a little bit. And I want to find a piece of land, whether that's Idaho, Oregon, Washington, Colorado. Those are kind of like the states that I'm looking at. Maybe Nevada, but I don't really want to. And possibly Texas, but I really don't want to go that far south. I want to stay up in the Pacific Northwest region area. So I told myself I would rent for a year and get everything else I want up and running in regards to ebooks that I want to do. And I just need a stable place to kind of get all that done. Right now, I'm crashing with a friend, and he actually also lent me this office to use as my storage. and this has been just the space for me to kind of throw my crap into until I can get into my own space. So there's a shop here, and I'm very fortunate for that. So I'm very fortunate for somebody to take me in at the last second like this. But this is kind of what life has been like the last couple of weeks for me, guys. It's been crazy. I shouldn't be venting on live, but I am. And yes, I'm drinking coffee at freaking 5 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening. Land is always good. Yeah, I really, I've been going back and forth of what I want and how I want to do it. I've always, this started 4 years ago for me when I started van life. I've always wanted, when I built my first van, I've always wanted to have sustainable living, and I wanted like a tiny home development. Like everybody wants that, right? So when I say I want it, I'm going to get it done. So I'm going to hopefully have some sort of land, and I've talked about this before. If you guys are new here, or if you are not new here, then you probably heard this before. But yeah, I'm definitely going to land with tiny houses on it, as well as a main house for me, shop space for people to come and get work done, even, and they can rent out, and then places to park vans and plug into. And I want it completely off grid. So, Eric, you're drinking coffee too, but it's 8 p.m. on the night shift. Oh boy. Yeah, I used to work the overnight shift, so I know all about working late nights or early mornings. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of like what my plan is. But hey, guys, you guys have any questions? I'm more than happy to answer some questions for you. I'm kind of like in that kind of mood. So also, if you are jumping on the live and I haven't emailed you back, it's because I've been so caught up in finding a place to live because I've been homeless technically. So I do appreciate everybody being patient with me, but I plan on sitting down, and I plan on literally just sitting in front of my computer for the next 6 hours and answering emails and what I need to do and all that good jazz. So check Google on how to verify your income as a contractor. I think you can report profit losses. Yes, I can. That's kind of what I've been doing, to be honest with you, as an individual. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, and the bank statements speak for themselves, as well as I do have deposits from everything that I have done over the last, and it was just a pain in the butt what I had to do to even get verified. And what's annoying is I make way more than I did as a W-2 employee for XYZ company, but they apparently didn't like that. It's not, I haven't been rejected yet. I should probably retract everything I was saying, but I haven't been rejected by any means. It's just a process. And in the past, I apply for an apartment and I find out later that day if I'm approved. They're telling me now it's going to be like 3 to 5 days. That's ridiculous. I can't wait 3 to 5 days. Like, I need something now. And it's like, you guys are really and what about all the other properties that are up in the air? Like 3 to 5 days. That's just ridiculous. My brother's calling me. Should I pick it up? Hey, Jeff, you're on speakerphone and I'm live on YouTube. Do you want to say anything?
No, call me back. It's not a big deal.
All right, cool. Do you want to say anything to YouTube?
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Thanks, man. Yeah, man. This is the brother in Boise, guys. I put the phone to the camera. Just want to make sure that there was no number on here. It's my brother in Boise. So, Jeff, I'll call you back. Shout out to my brother. I don't know how he even found time to call me. He's got a wife and 3 children, one that's practically brand new. So thank you, Jeff. Let's see here. What do you guys over here? What are you guys saying over on the sides over here? Shout out to Dave, by the way, that's actually been housing me, letting me crash with him at his place, and then having his shop to kind of be a storage unit for me. I do pay him, but Dave, I've had him on my YouTube channel before. He's extremely awkward on camera, so he doesn't like being on camera, but he built a beautiful van many moons ago, and now he started a company and he's building extreme 4x4s, very, very high-end 4x4s. So it was really cool, really good stuff. Being self-employed makes it rough, even though the banks get bailouts. You know what I mean? The system is broken. If somebody please agree with me there, that this, like, many systems, not just like this system, but many systems are broken. Many systems are broken. I just want to say hi that I'm from the Philippines. Hey, you're from the Philippines. That's awesome. Thank you for coming on. It's actually the next day for you where you are. I'm still in Wednesday. You're Thursday by now. I think. I could be wrong. Plus, if you deduct a bunch of stuff, then they want to see W-2s that look like you're not broke. Very true. But again, they have bank statements, and I also have the money from the selling of my van. So think about that for everybody that saw that when I sold my van. Yeah, and they're like, yep, okay, all right. I'll stop talking about that now. Okay, I'm gonna like how to do this. Probably not the time for Jared, but this has been a dream for years. What were we talking about, Frank? Do I have to scroll up to see more of this? Frank, where are you at? Hey, Jared, I'm moving back to Portland in March. Want to buy land in Clackamas County within 6 to 8 months and build a huge garage. I'll shoot you an email. Thank you about that if you're interested in sharing a space. Appreciate it. I'm actually not in Portland anymore. Frank, I don't know if you saw Frankie Jr. I haven't seen that. Missed my message because I was on the phone call. I just saw it now, Frankie. I think that's awesome, by the way. I'm super excited for you. I'm not in Portland anymore for various reasons. But Clackamas County is actually not bad. It's kind of like the southeastern area. I'm still in Oregon, but I'm on the other side of the mountains. Anybody knows Oregon, you probably know what city I'm in right now. But you know, yeah. I mean, Portland's not bad. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just I'm not there anymore. But if you want to do a shared space, I might consider it. How's the Jeep coming along? It's great, and I wish I could actually show you. I can't screen share on YouTube Live, I don't think. I've been spending countless nights doing an enormous amount of research. I'm right there in my design and how I'm going to do everything. Product-wise, I've pretty much ordered everything. I'm looking at what I've got. I went out and bought 3 Rotopex. By the way, this build, I want to pay for 90% of everything because I feel like I need to get that information out to everybody properly. And I want the products that I want. I don't want to be forced into products. So Rotopex I bought, which are water tanks. They're mostly built for overlanders because they strap on the side of vehicles. But I bought 2 2-gallons and 1 1-gallon. So you guys will see how I do my water system there. I bought a water pump. Okay, the one thing I did get gifted, which was I'm really excited about, which was I paid for one product, but their other product they gave me for free. Guzzle H2O, their stealth water purification system. I'm really big into water for purification now because I'm a water snob. I got my Berkey sitting right here that I'm also obviously a snob about. And I just bought my fridge. I bought a Dometic 28 liter. So I'm kind of designing around all of that. Oh, I did get gifted that. My bad. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that I got gifted a Rely-On battery. I'm building my own miniature battery station, and then I'm going to have a separate portable battery station for cooking. For the most part, anything that I have to plug into AC power, but the onboard power is going to be DC only. So it'll run pretty much my lighting, my water pump, the refrigerator. There's one more thing that I know I need. The heater is a 12-volt AC heater. But like things like that, they're going to be on board with a 100 amp hour battery. I went with Rely-On because they make a really good low temperature battery. And because it's an overland rig and it's exposed to elements, I want to make sure that I can go into low temperatures without being a problem. All right, let me catch up on some of your guys' questions or responses. What's up, Vancouver? Vancouver Island. I really want to get there. There's a place on Vancouver Island. There's a hidden gem. Live in La Vida Van Life. Hello, Live in La Vida Van Life. I'm going to say this name wrong, but it starts with a T, and it's on the western side of the island. More like, Guys, if I start to tether, it's because my hotspot is done. Oh, well. It is what it is. So let me know if you guys start to tether, if I start to, go off. All Dare, am I saying your name correctly? Pretty much yes. But there's like surrounding cities around that area. So yeah, there's a bunch of places. How you doing, John, from Michigan? Freezing my Yeah, I bet you are. It's freaking cold over there. Although where I'm at, it gets down into the 20s at night, which I've been actually loving. I love the cold weather, so I've been missing it for the last 10 years. Frankie Jr. Gotcha. Yeah, we don't want to go west. Good luck. Appreciate you, and I'll shoot you an email. Yeah, please do, Frankie. Appreciate you. Huntley Gang. Huntley, like the hotel? Wow. How have you been? Huntley Gang. Which one was the Huntley? I worked at so many freaking hotels. Holy crap! Are you? I can't say your name right now. Dude, how have you been? Holy crap! That's you right now. First of all, change your icon, man. You look too cool. Too cool for school. Actually, I love this dude. He was really amazing. Him and I got along really great. And that was the last job I had. Huntley Hotel was the last real job I had, and that was in April of 2019. That's so funny. What Berkey do I have? I just got the travel size one. I can show you a quick image of it. That one it's meant for 1 to 3 people is what they say. They were doing a massive Black Friday sale on it. So I got it for I got a whole kit for like $250. Really good. What's up from Tampa? Induction cooker. Yeah. What about it? Soy. Or did you ask a question earlier? Did I just miss it? I scrolled back up real quick. Yeah, I'm probably going to have no propane on the Jeep if that's what you're intending or asking. No propane. I don't want any propane. So I'm going to try to be one of the very few overlanders out there that does not use propane. It's just, I feel like it's a pain to keep on getting the tanks and filling them up or whatever it may be. So it's like, you know what? Why don't you just use that free energy that we call the sun? You know? Ever visited Oz? Like the Wizard of Oz? Tofino. Yes. Tofino, if I'm saying that correctly. Where's Living La Vida van life or whatever? Are you still on here? Oh, you just said that, Tofino. Okay. Yeah, Tofino. Are you in Tofino? Is that where you're at right now? Living La Vida van life? I'm gonna have to go to your page or something. Sounds like you have a pretty cool. Oh, I screwed that one up. I don't know. I'll have to look you up later. Taunton. Taunton is near Boston. Yeah, Frankie has been actually a long time subscriber, and him and I have gone back and forth a few times about the Boston area. Get the hell out of Taunton. Yeah, Taunton is Taunton. I don't blame you. What's going on with the comedy, Donnie? That's a great question, and much love to you, buddy. Donnie, that's a great question. Every time I've been meaning to get back up on stage, guess what? We have another lockdown. So I haven't gone on stage in quite a while. So I'm kind of waiting for things to kind of pan out with that. And guys, I do play it as much as my videos don't look like I play it safe. I play it very safe because I'm an asthmatic. I need to watch out for myself. So I need to play it safe. And all that good stuff. So I need to make sure that I'm okay and I'm staying safe and I'm staying healthy. So I don't want to particularly go out and be a little reckless, but at the same time, I do want to get back up on stage. I've been writing quite a bit. I have a script that I've been working on, and so I'm ready to go once I can go. And the plan will be to travel in the Jeep and go to these other places that I can do comedy, and I can start touring, not just vans, but tiny homes. I really want to start doing some tiny home tours with you guys, in my style, not other people's style. As you guys know, every tour that I do, I physically am there. So it'll be really cool to do some of those along the way. And I'm going to start touring overland rigs because that's what I'm building. So I think to have a diversity of all different types of vehicles, vans, buses, overland rigs, and tiny homes, I think that'll be really nice to do what I want, like to show everything and show ideas and show what people come up with and all that good stuff. You're going to disagree or agree, let me know what you guys think, but I'm really interested to see what you guys think about all that, or comment if you guys are watching this after the fact. Thinking. Let's see here. That was that. Thinking about getting a 1989 Toyota van and making a mini camper skiing. That's awesome. Check out my friends over at Tiny Watt Solar. That's kind of like what they just did. I have a bunch of friends that are doing the skiing rigs. I just had a consultation with a gentleman that he's building out his van as a ski rig. So I think that's freaking awesome. I love that idea. Just make sure you get the proper heating. Heating is important, and also a place to put your skis at the end of a session, because you want it when you come back in from a long day of skiing into your van. You're going to be wet. Think about having a wet room, having a place to put your gear off and let it dry and all that good stuff. So keep those things in mind if you're doing a ski machine. Berkey, I saw that sale. Yeah, it was friggin' awesome. I had to jump on it. Normally it's like $350, $370, something like that. So I went out and bought one because I've been wanting a Berkey for a long time. I'm actually an affiliate with them, and I've never taken advantage of that whatsoever. You are in Central Vancouver Island. Is it Nanaimo? I can't say that correctly. Jose, you asked a question. How much is that Buck SD van going for? Have no clue on how much okay. He's not really a DIYer. He's more of a van builder, as you guys can tell. People have asked me up the wazoo what that Buck SD van is going to go for. I don't know exact numbers, so I can give you a ballpark range. I'm assuming it's over the 150,000 mark. It's going to probably, all right, so let me back up. Maybe if I had to guess, it's going to be between 140 to 180, somewhere in there, because of all the technology that's in there and how long it does take. So there's not an easy van whatsoever. And it's probably in the top, 3 vans that I've ever stepped inside of. And that's including my own. So it's hard for people to put a price on that, but yeah, they the Zen van is another one that people were like, how much does that van go for? And same thing. I know it's for a fact that one's over 150,000. But I don't talk about pricing when I talk to builders, because pricing can fluctuate very easily on a professional builder. Now, if we talk about DIY, if you were to DIY the entire thing and not outsource 1 ounce of anything, you're looking at, on a low end, you can spend 10 to 15,000 with doing cheaper parts or cheaper things or overseas stuff. But if you wanted a really, really nice dialed-in rig, if you were right around that 20,000 mark, then you can have a really, really nice DIY van. If you wanted to go super high end with components and the craziness, I can tell you, my last van, I had about $50,000 worth of product. Systems, products, power, everything, 50 grand. Air conditioning, everything, $50,000. So it might have been 45 to 50, but somewhere I usually round up to 50. So just to kind of give you an understanding on what materials and systems and everything like that costs, that is really the nitty gritty stuff. I can guarantee you that Buck ST had at least 60,000 in products into his van. At least 60,000. I got to turn this heat off. I am starting to get overheated. Blech. Is the sale not going on with Berkey anymore? Oh, darn it. I just got mine 2 days ago. Let's see here. Which is better, Oregon or SoCal? Oh, Will. SoCal has its pros, but if you were to weigh out all the pros and cons, I would definitely say Oregon is much cooler. I'm more of a seasons guy. I like seasons, so I like Oregon a lot better. SoCal is cool. It's fun. It's nice to visit, but I can't live there again. Even if I booked a show, which is what my end all goal is. Even if I booked a show, nope, not happening. I can't go back there. What are your thoughts on converting a 16-foot box truck? I love box trucks. I would actually want to tour more of those. I love box trucks. I think they're cool. They're not stealth whatsoever, so don't think that you're going to be hiding from anybody. But I think they're cool. I think they're nice. I think they're easier to build in because they're more boxy. But yeah, I think why not? I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. But that's, that's up to you. All right. Are you still working? Are you still keeping up with your workouts? The gyms are closed. I was hitting the gym hard. I was hitting the gym. I think they're going to open tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. I will find out. I have an appointment in the morning to go look at a house to rent, not to buy. And after that, I'm going to go over to the gym to see if they're open. But I have to go back into working out. I got my jump rope here that I can jump rope. I got some weights and bands that I got to get back into. But yeah. Let's see here. What's the best hope for a van for a 6'8" dude? You are a tall dude. Should I accept not being able to stand up if you want to do stealth van life? I think the Transit is going to be really close, the super high roof Transit. But I don't know if you can. I don't know if that 6'8" is. It's going to be close because it might be 6'7" metal to metal, or it might be 6'9" metal to metal. So you are right there. Not to say that you can't have a van and just not stand up in it completely. Keep that in mind. Do you think 500 watts is a fair amount of power for a sunny California for a van? Absolutely. 100% sure 500 watts is more than enough. I had 500 on mine, and I think it's totally fine. It also depends on what your battery bank is. If you've got 2,000 amp hours of battery, then 500 watts isn't going to really do much for that, only because it takes a while for it to charge it up, right? So if you've got between 300 and 600 amp hours of battery, I think 500 watts is plenty for that. I am more of an advocate of having a good DC to DC charger. Obviously, Victron makes a good one. I think if they make a 30 amp, and you can hook that up, and you can actually charge your batteries in like a few hours just by driving your vehicle. So if you travel enough, and you really don't have to travel every couple of days, but like 500, like a few hundred watts of solar on your roof can really take your batteries, if you're camping somewhere, is what I'm trying to say. So also what is a big thing is the type of panels that you're using, the efficiency rating, if they can be partially shaded on, things of that nature. What is your heat preference? Cheap diesel heater? Absolutely 100% no. I am not a fan of cheap products. I just said that my last van had 50,000 worth of components. So no, it's not that I have nothing against a Chinese diesel heater. I just think that you get what you pay for. And if you are paying, what are they, $100, $150? Come on. It's not, in my opinion, I'm in my personal opinion, I just not worth it. There's going to be 7 out of 10 people that disagree with me on that statement, but I am an advocate of you get what you paid for. And, replacing that Chinese diesel heater just may not be worth it in the end, because people know what, after they install it, it takes a while to install it, and then you have to, fix it and redo it. It's like, just pay the money for, if you want something nice. The S-Bar heaters are great. S-Bar and Webasto are now one, team now, I believe. Obviously the Van Life Tech system is phenomenal. And then there's another company, I think it's called Timberline, I think. They're pretty good too. You get what you pay for, guys. I went on too far with that one. Why don't all-in-one electrical system companies make systems that you can hook a fuse box into? I know the answer is because the demand is too low, but man, what do you mean by that, Frankie? The all-in-one electrical systems with a fuse. Like, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know what it's actually. I think maybe over time they'll figure that out, but I think their market is for the people traveling and camping. It's not their market right now, and that will change, I think, in 2021. But I think their market right now is for that. And once they realize, oh, wait, there's a whole other market over here that doesn't want to put together their own system. And now their portable systems are getting just as big as other systems. So that's not very nice, dude. But enjoy your life. I just read the comment down at the bottom, guys. That wasn't very nice, was it? Additional ideas to keep in mind for van life with a pet kitten for me. Okay, Maine and Vermont are my favorites. I love Maine and Vermont. I'm from the Boston area. Additional ideas to keep in mind for van life with a pet. Ventilation, and let me get back to that. But ventilation, obviously, I think is key for any animal. I've actually never lived with a pet in my van, so maybe not the best one to answer that question. But I've seen obviously tons of people live with their dogs for the most part. I do know a couple people that have kittens, but you know, how many amp hours or watts would an induction cooktop take up daily over propane? I mean, this is like you're splitting the hairs right now. On high, which it usually never is, an induction will run at 1,800 watts on 120 volts. A 1 pound propane tank can last, if you cook every day on it, a week? The thing is, you recharge your batteries. So I have something fuzzy in my eye. You recharge your batteries with being in the sun and driving your vehicle. So it's hard to tell how many amp hours or watts that it uses. 1,800 watts, yes, but like how long you cooking for? I also didn't use my induction every day. I use my Instapot. Instapot only takes up 750 watts. So sometimes you don't even need to cook. Sometimes you eat salads, right? So you may not have to cook. So it really depends on what you're doing. And it can be, I think electrical is better if you have the electrical system. If you can't afford the electrical system, obviously propane can get you where you need to get to. I was just never, like, a lot of people love to cook on propane too. So it really just depends on what you want. Can you run more than one Victron DC to DC also? You know, that's a great question. I believe you can stack them. Somebody told me recently that you can stack the Victron DC to DC, which are called the Orions. However, with that being said, check with a professional on this one. But that would be if you stack two 30 amps, that's 60 amps. It really depends on how it's wired, if 60 amps can even make sense going into your battery bank, because I've heard that you can only go a certain amperage and it's not worth it because you're just wasting power at that point, depending on how it's going in. Something along those lines. I hope that makes sense. Hey, man, love your videos. Thank you, Robert. Very well done. Your build is probably 90% of those. Okay, thank you. Anytime from Oklahoma. Thank you. Goal Zero does it, but no freaking way I'm paying that twice. Yeah, they do actually do that. That's what Christian is doing with his. I'm going to talk to Miles from Light Harvest Solar about that, because that is something that I think that he should probably do. Light Harvest Solar is about to release their 2,000 watt inverter, 200 amp hour battery system. It's like 2.4 kilowatts, something crazy. So that's about to come out early in 2021. So we will talk to him about maybe hooking that up with all that stuff that you guys want. Is there a website where you can find local qualified van builders? ExploreVanX.com has a list of builders. However, are they qualified? That one's up to you to decide. It's been a very, obviously, you guys heard me just take a breath just now. You have to vet everything. This is like, van building is now becoming a 70 Savage. I definitely saw you, buddy. Thank you so much. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Thank you. That was a good question. And I will get to that in a second. So vetting a van builder is very difficult, and I think it's necessary. This is kind of like when you have a house and you pay for somebody to come in to do renovations. You may not go with the first contractor you talk to. You may go with the sixth contractor you talk to. So again, go out there and make sure that you ask the proper questions. A lot of them are going to want deposits, or like consultations. Go to their website, see what they can do, see if you can find anybody that has had a build done by them, and maybe talk to them that way. See if you can get somebody on the phone there. I know a lot of these companies, they're backed up a year, give or take. So also keep that in mind. If you want to go with a more of a mid-market, backyard builder, then you can. But, that's just my take on it. 70 Savage. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Guys, if you guys don't know who 70 Savage is, he has a great YouTube channel. There's a plug for you, buddy. What is the biggest mistake you ever made building? Oh, 70 Savage. I would say the first one would my first mistake on my first van was probably I wish I did my insulation better. And then my second one, I was rushing. I rushed the build too much. I didn't take my time, and I felt like I needed to get out as soon as possible. And I needed another couple months to just like settle in and build it exactly how I should have. Now, the build came out great. I got no complaints whatsoever. And the person that has it now, we keep in contact, and they love it. So there's all of that. So 70 Savage, that was a great, fantastic question. In reference to your other question, is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know. That's such an unusual question. Does pineapple belong on pizza? In my opinion, absolutely not. I love pineapple and I love pizza, but I don't think pineapple belongs on pizza, in my opinion. Would you please introduce a couple solar electrical panels? What do you mean, D? I agree, Eric. 70 Savage, you should do a live every now and again. And by the way, I'm going to ask you on live, how is your build going? I know I've been following along on Instagram. I haven't been able to watch any of the YouTube videos, but I know that you're knee deep in everything right now. Are you dealing with any issues and backlog in reference to like parts or things of that nature being, weeks out, and how is that for you, buddy? Can you recommend a good pop top company? I can't because I don't know any pop tops. I believe if you actually just Google pop top companies, there's a couple out there. There's one that does it for sprinters that are on all fours and they come up like this. And then the one on Zen vans, I believe, was a German one that was like an angle. So I don't know them offhand. I'd have to do some digging myself. But yeah, Ted Olson, 10 from PDX. I have been in touch with Brandon to buy one of his next builds. But the tech is awesome. My only concern is no windows. What are your thoughts? Ted Olson, fantastic question. If you are going to be parking in cities or stealthing out, then having no windows is that benefit. Also, I didn't have any windows in my first van, and I was completely fine. What is the big help to all of this is you can actually, the massive skylight on the roof lets in a ton of light. So having that there is really, really nice. However, if you want one of Brandon's or Buck SD's next vans and you simply say, love everything, but in that sliding door, can you put a window? I am willing to bet my last dollar that he will say, absolutely, we'll put a window in the sliding door for you. So he definitely can put a window in that sliding door. If you remember in the video, that sliding door only had like a wall of fake like vine, right? You can definitely take out that little area and put a nice little slider or even a fixed window, whatever you want in that space, if you wanted to. Totally up to you. But I think that was a great question. Thank you. Let's see. Can you recommend? That was Pop Top Company. I missed a bunch of them, guys, and I'm sorry. Do you know about diesels being outlawed in California? I wouldn't doubt it. California. I am building a 1990 commercial diesel. It has 42,000 miles. I'm suggest about the DMV process. What is it? What is it registered as right now? You're probably going to have to register it as a commercial vehicle until it's built out. And then once it's built out, you can bring it to a DMV and have them inspect it. And then you can deem it as an RV. But that's totally up to you. Oh, 70 Savage, you replied to me. Haha, yeah. You like how I read? Haha, 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 y'all. We will do a live one of these days. You should do a live one of these days, buddy. Oh, yeah. 2 months on ship turn windows. KO2s are out of stock everywhere, but I found them on Amazon. Oh, you bought KO2s for the Sprinter? That's pretty cool. I wonder if do you have any altercations to those when you finally get them? And are you putting them on any rims? I love the black Rhinos now. I have them on my Jeep now. I love them. 70 Savage, we need to meet up and do a video together. That's what we need to do. Actually, buddy, what state are you? I know you told me this already, and I'm sorry, but what state are you in? Because maybe I'll make a drive over to you and we can do a few videos together. Let me go, George, I'll get to you in 1 second. I just want to read James and Eric real quick. Love your videos. I'm in a computer. I need to turn this heater off, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just go over there and turn the heater off. That heater. Oh, it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Love your videos. I'm a computer systems guy and I'm great with electronics and systems, but I'm terrible at woodwork and it's intimidating. I don't blame you. And I get it frustrated. Any advice on for the first build? Take your time. Take your time. And if anybody in your family and friends ask or offer help, take it. The thing is with building out a van and not having the proper tools is also a thing. You're going to spend a lot of money on tools. You can get them for a decent amount, but you are going to spend your time on doing a lot of woodworking. There's going to be probably a lot of times where you're going to do a lot of trial and error. So just be advised with that. So also take into your budget, maybe add 15% due to screw ups. So that was kind of a quick answer for you. Hope that was helpful. I'm having issues waiting on products. Took me about 2 months to get the Max Air fans. Yes, Eric, cannot agree more. People that are doing van builds, there's a lot of DIY van builds out there right now. And then in conjunction with all of that, we have a ton of professional builders that have come up out of nowhere that are doing all these backyard builds and then they're flipping them. So the van life flipping market is a thing now. It's going to be a big thing coming in the next couple of years. So that'll be really interesting. George, you asked a question. I'm finally getting to you. Do you have a Duction cooked up brand preference? No, I don't. Although the one I have I just have to look at it, is a Burton. Hasn't done me wrong. I do like them. And that's what I have. That's what I like. The other one, the one that's like, mine's a portable one. The one that's inlay or into the countertop. I forget the name of that one, but people love them. It's either the single, the dual. The reason I don't like having it inlaid into my countertop is because I feel like it's much easier to break that way. Having the portable and putting in a drawer after not only gives you more counter space, but it also is a lower risk for it to break. Hello, Kay from London. Have you ever come to the ghetto in AK, Virginia? No, I have not, and I'm sorry. Let's see here. Do you recommend Battleborn or get a prismatic cells? Wow, from China and custom make it half the price in BMS, half the price with a BMS and charge controller and panels. Good question from my friend that works at the Huntley Hotel. Are you still over there, by the way? I suggest not going overseas products with a prismatic cells because the BMS systems are very temperamental. You have to get it spot on with the BMS system. So Battleborn is fine, although out of the brands in the US, I would go with more of a Relion, that's Relion, or a Lion. I am an ambassador for both of those companies, so I'm not going to speak ill of Battleborn, but I would rather go with the two companies that I've tested and I've actually used, which is Lion and Relion. Again, Battleborn's not a bad company. They're probably the cheapest out of the three. But with my discount, you can probably get you down a little bit more on that. Custom building your batteries, you really have to be a professional when it comes to wiring the cells together and putting in a BMS system. That battery management system, also known as BMS, it can be very, very tricky. And if you do it incorrectly, you will burn out your cells very fast. So just keep all that in mind. John, hey, what's up? I was curious about the wood framing is attached to the sheet metal frames. of these builds? Machine screws, bolts, nuts, or whatever. All the above. It depends on what your druthers are. I use like a through bolt, or like not a through bolt, a machine screw, in power and numbers at that point. And a lot of people use riv nuts. Riv nuts is a thing that people love. I think Seminole Savage, I think you use riv nuts in your build, if I'm not correct. What's up, Annette Gray? I think any of those are fine. Bolts are almost, no, I wouldn't. You can't do those, because bolts and nuts. With a bolt and nut, you have to get around it and use that. So going to a frame just doesn't make sense with a bolt and a nut. Oh, you're laid off, dude. I'm sorry. Due to everything, I'm sorry, buddy. Come on up and hang out with me up in Oregon. I was going to DIY the prismatic cells, but I went. You were replying to my boy there. I went with the SOK battery. Have heard good things about Lion too. Yeah, which ones are the SOKs? I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't really done my research on them. Seminole Savage. I'm in sunny and usually on fire, California. Where in Cali? Hell yeah. Let's definitely collab Vantor after this build. Yeah, you coming to me though. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I need to install Agile no rub fenders. Interesting. 275 7017s, which are 32s. What wheels and tires are on the Jeep? I got the Overland from the wheels are Overland. They're called the Overland, and they're from Black Rhino. And I got Falcons. Is it FALK? I don't know. It's Falcon tires. I did not go with the BF Goodrich all-terrains. I went with the Falcon all-terrains because I was told that they were better. So I went with those. I went with 33, so mine's are 285. And these things are beasts. I mean, you've seen them. You see my pictures. I'm an engineer, so the production is okay for me. You're not an engineer. I worked with you at a hotel. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you. I'm busting. I'm busting on you, buddy. Hey, thank you for hitting that like button. Appreciate you. And you're new. Also, very appreciate you. Brett's Worship Channel. Interesting. Thank you. I am going to be wrapping this up soon because I realized I've just been talking for 47 minutes. Holy crap. Seminole Savage, yes, sir. I used plus nuts. They work great. There you go. So I do pay attention to other people, other builders, by the way. Yeah, good stuff, guys. What part of the state are you? I'm assuming you're in. If you're saying sunny, then I'm assuming you're in Southern California, which I should have hit you up. I was just down in San Diego meeting up with Brandon. Last van tour was the Rolls Royce of builds. It was. You should get a kickback for your advertising. I bet he is slamming people calling. Jessica, thank you very much. And yes, I actually do have. I have a referral set up now. If you talked to me a year ago, I did not have referrals set up. But with certain builders, I do have referrals set up where if they do book through knowing from me, then I get a very small kickback, but very nice kickback. So I appreciate your concern. Definitely though. I don't. Yeah, I do the videos all for free though. I will go there. I'll film. I'll promote people. I'll do all that all for free because I love doing that. Tabletop business is great. I got a couple people that have been interested. I have to email them back tonight. However, I don't have a shop right now. I had to leave my shop in Portland to relocate. So right now I'm in between places, and I hope to have that tied up before the end of the month. And there's going to be a lot. Actually, I am about to be a brand ambassador for an epoxy company. So they're sending me free products to test out. And then and moving forward with them, I'm going to have to buy product, but at least I'll be a brand ambassador with them. So I'll be able to get a deal on it, which also means I'll be able to give a deal to you guys for anybody that wants to do your own tables. If you want me to teach you, I'm more than happy to. If you don't want to, and you want me to just build you one, I can also do that too. So thank you so much for that question. Cause that really, that got that little fire into me. Thank you very much. Your life, your terms. Encinitas. I was there. That's where I was hanging out with Buck SD, but we were in Pacific Beach, but same diff. Your experience with AM Solar, also located in Oregon. AM Solar is a great company. I just went with Tiny Watts Solar because they were friends of mine. Actually, when Tiny Watts was doing all their pricing, they actually used AM as their I guess competitor or their comp for pricing wise because they're a good company. But it really depends on what you're looking for too. I'm about to go live with a worship at 9. No, there you go. So appreciate you. 9 Eastern, 6:79. So in 10 minutes you're going live. Okay, cool. I'm about to go. Okay, I just read that twice. Would you make a CNC built plug and play van kit for Brandon's van? No, I'm more of a crafter. Doing a CNC is great. A lot of actually companies are starting to do that. But having that kind of stuff CNC'd, you're actually not buying the build. You're buying all the systems in the build fit exactly with the build, if that makes sense. So all the woodworking is fit around these exuberant systems. Now, here's the thing. If somebody comes to Brandon and says, I love everything, but I don't need this, whatever the X would be, right? You now have to change a lot of the woodworking and designing and things like that. So just doing one small thing can change almost everything else in the van. Is you're going to notice it? No, you're not. But behind the scenes, it'll all be different. So that's why doing a CNC on a Brandon's build is just almost impossible. Did you get a Berkey on Black Friday sale? Yeah, Eric, I did. And I believe this one cost me $250. But like I said earlier, I don't know if you saw this, Eric. I'm actually an affiliate with them, and I totally forgot. So I might have been able to get it for less, but I paid full price or sale price. You're in NorCal, 1 hour north of San Fran in Sonoma County. Thank you. Holla. If you want to roll through, I will. Wine County. Yeah, I do love wine country. I do. You're always welcome to stay. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, 70 Savage. Dude, I gotta message you on Instagram. I give you my number because we do need to link up. So absolutely, dude. Obviously, you've been an inspiration probably to a lot of people on my channel too. So, and you're also intelligent, and there's plenty of love to go around. And I'm not trying to take away from you, and I know you're not trying to take away from me. So the more, YouTubers and van life YouTubers I can meet up with, the better. I think, right? I think that's only fair. Let's everybody play nice. Jared, have you ever attended a van? Wait, what? You ever attend van builds, RTR, or traveling nomad groups? George, yes, a lot of them. Tiny Fest is one of my go-tos. Tiny Fest is a tiny house festival, but I do a lot of speaking at those. I'm going to try to get to them early 2021. RTR, I spoke at not last year, but the year before. I was invited again last year, but I decided not to go because I had another event that I was at. I try to go to all the events down in Southern California when I could get there. In 2020, I was scheduled for 3 events, and I was planning on going to 5. I was supposed to speak at Open Roads Fest. I was supposed to speak at Colorado Tiny Fest, and there was one other. The other Tiny Fest one. Yeah, I'm very much involved in that community. I love the community. I try to go there and do as best I can. I'm not going to badmouth anybody, but the other bigger channels on YouTube do not go to those. So that should just go to say something. Not to badmouth anybody, except Bob Wells. Bob Wells and I are good friends. He's the one that invited me to RTR, obviously, and asked me to speak. So absolutely, Bob Wells is the man. He's the pioneer. He's the beginning of it all. Hey, Barba. I have an update. I finally been starting my own subfloor installation later this week. Done with all the installation on all the walls. Barn. Oh, congratulations. Yay for you. I'm excited for you. I'm trying to get 1K in December 24th. Good luck. Congratulations. What is the name of your company who did the rating floor heating kits? That would be Van Life Tech. If you go to vanlifetech.com, their opening page, that van should look familiar. It's mine. With my friend Yulia posing in it. It's a really good shot, actually, of us up in the Canadian mountains, up in Banff National Park. So very, very good company. Email them. They will get back to you. It was amazing. Van Life Tech. They're good guys. They're a good company. You get back to me later if you don't want to recall. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I don't know what I said, but I hope it did. Is his radiant heat his own custom design, or is it a Van Life Tech? Which, oh, it is his own design. So you're referencing Buck SD. Buck SD uses a heating pad, very different than Radiant. What I have in mind, or what Van Life Tech uses, is called a hydronic. Hydronic means liquid, which is typically glycol, which is an antifreeze. The hydronic is a different type of heat. A heating pad is almost a warming mat. It will keep the floor warm, but it will not heat your space. Maybe it will, but it won't heat the space like a hydronic system will. So there's the massive difference. The heater, and then he has another heater on top of that. He has just a type of S bar, I believe. But the heating pads are very different than a hydronic system. The reason hydronic systems are so expensive is because exactly that. You don't need a forced air heater. Van Life Tech installs one, but I had mine on maybe 3 times over the course of the year and a half I had it. Yeah, Robin, you missed out on the Berkey sale. I took advantage of that one. Let's see here. Have you this is gonna be my last few questions, guys, and I appreciate everybody staying on for the entirety of the video. If you've watched it from beginning to end, oh my goodness, I can't thank you enough. Have you thought about doing stand-up bit about van life just for us? Yeah, I have actually. The problem is I don't like. I want to make fun of a lot of people, and I can't. And I don't want to come off as roasting people. My buddy Dave 2D does that. I don't do that. But no, I thought about it, and I will do it. I also feed a lot off of the interaction of people. So having a crowd of people is a lot better than speaking to a camera and trying to tell a joke. Because if I tell a joke and it lands, I get an audience reaction out of it. If I'm in a gathering, if I do it to a camera and I don't get any reaction, I have no idea if that joke even hit. All right, guys. Now that I'm getting completely, let me try and block this person. Just saying hi, Kimberly. Thank you. All right, guys. Wait, I suppose to have some heat running through my victory van life. I wish I was drunk right now. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up right now. I appreciate everybody that has stayed on and been amazing. Asked some really insightful questions in the second half of that video, so that was really, really nice. If you want to go back or you're watching this not on live, then by all means go back and check out the really insightful questions on there. I got a really cool, amazing tour coming out tomorrow. There was 2 guys that were traveling the West Coast with 2 alpacas. That's right. You heard me correctly. They're traveling in a van, sleeping everything in a van with 2 alpacas. And I'm doing a tour on that tomorrow, or I'm releasing the tour video tomorrow. It'll be first thing out at 9 o'clock in the morning. So please check that out. If you haven't watched Buck SD's van tour, you are missing out. That thing is a one-of-a-time gem of a van tour. And I hopefully will have some more vlogs out for you guys and an update on my living situation, hopefully by the end of the week. And maybe I'll do a vlog about that in the next couple of days. We'll see what I do for Sunday's vlog. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I will see you guys next live stream. Again, love you all. Later.